So the topic of this video is, when should I hire a personal injury lawyer? I'm Matt Dolman, here with my partner in crime, Stan Guype, board-certified civil trial lawyer. Stan, explain to the viewers out there and those looking at our website right now, when do you hire a personal injury lawyer? Why is it so important to move quickly? And then what are the steps?
You need to hire a personal injury lawyer or retain a personal injury attorney as soon as you realize you may have been injured in an incident that was someone else's fault and they may be responsible for providing your medical care. Okay, the first thing that happens is when we are injured, we have a trip and fall, we do something at our own house that's our own fault, we know exactly what to do. You go to the doctor, you either pay cash or you provide your health insurance. When you've been injured in an auto accident, you got a completely different beast going on. Your health insurance is not the primary insurance. It's a coverage called PIP, which may be under your insurance policy. It may be under the person you rode with, or it could be under the person that hit you, depending on the facts of the accident. When you go to your primary care physician and you tell him you've been involved in an automobile accident, he's like, going to tell you, I can't treat you. I can't see you. I don't know how to bill that. And you're stuck. Okay, so it's tough for someone who's been injured in that accident, who's not navigated these waters before, to get out there and properly seek care in a timely fashion. Okay, if it takes you 3 weeks to realize you're supposed to treat under your PIP coverage, well, you're out of luck because there's a 14-day window to get in for the first treatment.
Yeah, and which then you'll have no PIP coverage, but even more important, the longer the timeline before you eventually treat, the more problematic the cases may become. Then they're going to say, how could that accident have caused the very injuries you're complaining of?
It's what we call a gap in treatment. One of the biggest things a insurance company looks for, hey, a gap in treatment. It was a length of time either where they quit treating and started treating again, or where they just didn't treat after the time of the accident. That's absolutely one of the biggest defenses they've got. And then the other thing you've got is, well, what do you do in a trip and fall accident? What do you do if you trip, it's someone else's fault and you don't have health insurance? Okay, you're going to walk into the ER. They're required to provide emergency treatment if you need it and bill you. After the ER, what are you going to do? Who's going to treat you? You can't walk into a doctor's office, say, hey, I'm injured. I've got no money, but I'll pay you sometime. Doesn't work like that. So you've got to go to an attorney who knows the special handful of doctors who will work with you under what's known as a letter of protection. And this is a letter that the attorney sends to the doctor. Matt, explain a little bit about that, how it works.
So basically, it's a document that earmarks, let me rephrase. The document will state that we, the attorneys, are going to protect the settlement money and earmark the funds for that medical treatment and the outstanding medical bills in our trust account pending a negotiation on the medical bills at the end of the case. Therefore, the doctor knows they're going to get paid. They're secured payment. And, in a universe of physicians that treat under health insurance or willing to see patients, there's only a finite group of doctors that are willing to see you under a letter of protection that treat auto accident or personal injury victims.
And it's important to find those doctors right away. You want to get care in the acute phase of your injury. Okay, the best time and the most successful time to treat is right away. Okay, if you wait 3 months to address an injury, a lot of times you've got healing has already occurred. Some of the ability you had to repair damage that was done is lost because you kind of delayed. So right away when the accident happens, if you've got any concerns, any comments, any thoughts that you may have an injury claim, call. It doesn't cost anything for a consult. Usually within 5 minutes on the phone, we can have a pretty good analysis for you of what you're looking at, what we need to do, what's the next step. Okay. And then the other thing is preserving the evidence. Okay. How did this happen? Was it a defect in a property? Was it a slip and fall? Was it water? Okay. How do we document that this was there? How do we prove it? If it's a defect, if there's something wrong, we need to get an expert out there. We need to look at it before it gets fixed. We need to be able to prove why it's their fault.
Why is it so important to hire an experienced? Because there's so many guys out there, so many men and women who come out of law school, hang up their shingle as a personal injury lawyer. Why is it so important to hire an experienced personal injury lawyer?
Well, it's kind of like this, okay? It's important to hire an experienced tradesman or professional whenever you've got a serious issue, okay? If you've got a simple leaky faucet, any plumber may do. Okay, if your house is flooding, you want the guy who knows how to do it. Okay, so if you're thinking, hey, my injury claim's just a small claim, it doesn't matter, it's the kind of thing anyone can handle, you can go to any attorney. Okay, if you want to get a maximum recovery, you want someone who knows what they're doing, someone who's going to get you to those right doctors and get the documentation in place. You want someone who's also done it thousands of times. You want someone who's seen the bag of tricks from the insurance company and who's going to proactively handle your claim so that later, when the insurance company looks at it, those holes they typically like to poke in the claim aren't there. You've been proactive, you've built a good defense.
Jumping off that question, it kind of bridges to the next topic. Why is it so important to hire someone that's, when it comes to experienced personal injury lawyer, someone that's board certified like yourself, who has experience trying cases, first and third party insurance claims in front of juries throughout the state? Why is it so important to have a real board certified civil trial lawyer handling your case, or at least at the law firm assisting on your claim? What's the difference?
Okay, board certification is really the only thing we have to thump our chest with, I can't really say we're better than someone else, but allows us to say we're an expert, okay? If you could be board certified as an attorney, most people are, okay? It's not that there's a bunch of people walking around that are board eligible, don't take the exam and don't do it. What this means is you've tried a number of cases in front of judges and juries in the area, okay? You've also got responses back from the judges you've tried cases in front of and opposing counsel to the bar that you're an expert, honorable, and ethical at what you do. Okay, then once that happens, you're qualified to take a written exam that tests your knowledge of evidence and your skills in the courtroom. If you pass all of that, you get to be a board certified civil trial attorney. In Florida, less than 5% of us are board certified civil trial attorneys that get in the courtroom and do this kind of stuff. The insurance companies know who they are, okay?
Of course, and I always try to tell individuals this. At the end of the day, insurance is just all about risk management. The guy who knows how to try a case, you could be the world's worst trial attorney, and Stan clearly is, and Stan's a very good trial attorney. The world's worst trial lawyer is still better than the guy down the block who never tries a case. Insurance companies hate one thing, and that's spending money. You do not pose a risk to an insurance company if you don't have the ability and the financial resource and the experience to go try a case in front of a jury.
And here's the thing, man. It's not saying that people who aren't board certified aren't good trial attorneys. Just different people have different skill sets, okay? You may be a very brilliant person that freezes when asked to do public speaking. Okay, it's a different mindset. There's some presentation. There's some joy of public speaking and things that go into it that just doesn't work well with everyone's skill set. So just because someone's not a board certified civil trial attorney doesn't mean they're not a good attorney, doesn't mean they're not skilled, just means the courtroom might not be their best place.
All I'll say to that is, and I agree with everything you just said, but if the law firm or lawyer is handling your claim doesn't have the ability to inevitably or eventually get to trial or take the case to trial, they don't pose a true risk to the insurance company. The case is likely to settle for far less. Can't guarantee that, but the likelihood is the case poses a lot greater risk to an insurance company if the lawyer or law firm has the ability to try the case.
Bottom line, if you're not willing to try the case, you have to take the insurance company's last offer, and they know that.
Of course. Last question. Well, I have you here, Stan. Stan's a man of precious little time. Why is it so important to hire a local personal injury lawyer? So you go into Google and you put into the search query in the search box, personal injury or car accident lawyer, personal injury lawyer near me. Why do you need to find a personal injury lawyer as close to you? Why do you want to have somebody in that jurisdiction?
It's kind of like anything else. If you're hiring a fishing guide, you want the fishing guide that knows the water in that area. They know the tricks, they know the secrets, they know where to go. Okay. If you've got an attorney, you want to know the people who knows the players in the area. What doctors have had trouble in the past, who has a bad reputation, who's not going to testify well, what defense doctors are going to do to sort of attack the claim, and how do we proactively prepare for that? If you don't know the lay of the land, you can't make a proper map. And if you're operating outside of your area of expertise, outside of the area you know really well, you're shooting in the dark.
Well said. I appreciate your time, Stan. And for those who are viewing us on YouTube or taking a look at our website right now, if you need any further help for a free consultation or free case review, just give us a call, 833-55-CRASH. I'm Matt Dolman. That's my partner, Stan Guype. The website is dolmanlaw.com, DOLMANLAW.com. I'm Matt Dolman. That's Stan Guype. Thank you very much.